welcome friends to Battlefield 3. Yes, he finally uploaded something that's not Call of Duty. Oh my god. Um, yep, this is Battlefield 3. I had to cut out the first 2 minutes of this video for whatever reason. It framed up and it just started glitching out of me, and it stopped me adding narration to it. So I've just cut it out. I haven't missed much. I think for now, at the moment, I'm about 3 or 4 for 2, something like that. Something like that, anyway. Yeah. I lost my train of thought then. Oh yeah. This is a long video. It's about 25 minutes long. So if you don't like long videos, I do not blame you. If you want to click off, I won't hold anything against you. You know, long videos on YouTube aren't exactly appealing, but it is Battlefield at the end of the day. I mean, come on. For those of you wondering why this is up, I did say at the start of my first video that I would not specifically be dedicating my channel to Call of Duty. There's enough channels on YouTube in the first place for that. And I don't want to be one of those channels who's just specifically designed for one game. I want to try and bring in a mixture of audiences to my channel, and you know, I thought a bit of Battlefield 3 wouldn't hurt anyone. It's pretty good, pretty solid FPS anyway. Not perfect by any means, but I've probably been discussing that in here since I do have 20 minutes to spare. I'll quickly talk about the class I'm using. It's the M16A4 with a red dot on the medic class. Reason why I go for medic is you do lose health rather quickly in this game. Seems, you know, a few bullets, you're down to about 30%. So just having a medic around, just, you know, been doing it since, you know, Bad Company 1 days. You know, used to go medic on that one. You know, if you medic hurt, you just drop down, a little health pack, heal yourself up. Just, it's also handy with the medic as well. If you want to heal yourself, you just find a little corner, just you know, reassess yourself. You know, think about, reevaluate where you're going, what you're doing. So they do have, you know, not just the support abilities where you can revive people and also throw down health for your other squad mates. It's also beneficial for you on the whole. Oh yeah, you will notice in this I do act a little bit on the newbie side. It has been a few weeks since I've last played Battlefield 3, or any Battlefield for that matter, actually. Just kind of took a break from first person shooters, be more for the single player games in the moment, just to keep my video game choices a bit fresh. Hope you guys don't mind. I know I'm not really frequently uploads at the moment. I am trying to I look like this guy. Yeah, fucking knife you in the throat. Yeah, I'm trying to find a day where I can consistently, well, you know, just pick a day or two a week where I can just sit down and, you know, narrate over a gameplay for you guys. It's hard to do at the moment because my weeks are quite inconsistent and my gaming time is actually being quite reduced. So whatever time I get, it's usually recording time now, so I don't really have enough time for myself to actually, you know, sit down and enjoy a few single player games that I actually have. You know, because I at least want to stockpile up on some games, so it actually allows me to have the time to play single player games on my downtime when I've, you know, finished work or I'm just lazing around the house, got nothing to do. And I should have enough COD gameplay, you know, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, quite a bit of COD 4 as well. Should have enough of that stockpiled up in my video library, so that should keep me going for a while. Hope you guys don't mind. But anyway, back to Battlefield. If one of my last commentaries, I did mention the Bad Company 2 is probably my favourite online multiplayer for first-person shooters to date. Um, One of the reasons that being, it was the first. It's kind of my FPS roots per se. Um, Kind of the first PS3 game I bought when I got my console. Nearly 3 years ago now. God, console is that old. But yeah, bought the console, and the first game I bought was Bad Company 2. I had played it, had been playing it over my brother-in-law's on my own account. I managed to set up an account over his, and yeah, used to go over his few hours, have a blip on it, and it was incredibly good. Even on the big maps, they were very intelligently designed. So you'd hit one area, and then bam, it's just non-stop action. You had the involvement of vehicles. The tanks were really powerful on there. The weapons were pretty balanced. Yeah, I've actually got time to go in depth about the weapons on this. Hey, yeah, the weapons are really balanced. Usually, it would result in you trading off. But it's two different. You can either go for high fire rate and low damage, or high damage, low fire rate, or just go for a little bit of the in between. So it kind of had, a nice balance of quick, medium, and slow, and then low, medium, and high, damage and fire rates. So there's no real dominant gun. It would all depend on how you would use it personally, which I thought was a really smart idea, because the one problem I think everyone's aware of that Call of Duty has is that usually about 3, 4, or 5 guns dominate one game. So you can just run into a lobby now, and I guarantee. So I just pick a game at random. Run into a Modern Warfare 2 lobby now. Guarantee there'll be at least a UMP, an ACR, a SCAR, and most likely what's another gun on it? I'm playing on it. Oh, someone's sniping. There you go. So there's no variety. You never ever see someone run around with an LMG. You never see anyone run around with something like a Vector or something like it's. It only takes a few weeks for people to work out, the good things and the bad things on that game. So yeah, it's fun. I will admit, Call of Duty is fun for like the first week or two, where everyone's just learning the game, everyone's figuring out what to do. Everyone's learning the maps. Everyone's learning, ranking up, trying out new guns, unlocking new gadgets, have a little try on. And I can't believe that guy didn't die there. How does one survive a knife? And then I died to a grenade halfway down the stairs. He's got danger close on, he must do. Yeah, it is fun for the first few weeks where everyone doesn't know what they're doing. Everything's brand new. When I say everything's brand new, it's still the same type of deal, but everything's gonna feel new on it. I can't believe I didn't see this guy in the corner. What an idiot! And he knifed me. No. Yeah, I keep going off traffic here. Everything's brand new to start. As new as it can be, and everything's got a new feel to it. And I will admit, for the first part, it is fun. Everyone's the same level. Everyone's on this level playing field, apart from if you join people in the United States, or those who went. Well, actually, not just the United States. I'm not picking on the United States. Anyone who just went to the midnight launch, and those who phoned in ill, quote unquote, just sit at home, play the game from midnight. Learn everything before anyone else does. But yeah, once everyone starts prestiging, so it comes out in November. By about February, March time, that's when the funness of it goes down, because by then you got all the top YouTube people, already figured out the best setups, best guns, best things to use with the guns, etc. And obviously YouTube is quite the factor on the Call of Duty gaming, which for me takes away a bit of the fun of the game, because I don't think that YouTube should influence one game so much. Last year I was thinking of knifing that guy, but I changed my God damn it. Um, yeah, I don't think it should influence a game that much. I think that, yeah, you should watch the videos by all means. If you want to see how people, it's good. It's nice to see what people do with different setups and how well they can do with them. But I don't think that you should pay attention too much to the setups. Like, see if you can. I mean, the way I look at it, just pick a commentator. If someone like the Mark of J goes, like 72-2 with the Galil, what's the saying? You can't do exactly the same score with something like Spaz 12 or the M60. I think that every gun on the game is there to be used. It all has its strengths and weaknesses, and it's nice to have a play around with them. It's what the game should be. I think MLG Gaming has not helped that situation at all, because obviously they just rock the same classes here and there. It just depends on which weapon is better than the other, which doesn't seem to make sense to me. But there we go. Kind of wish MLG Gaming would just go away, especially for Call of Duty. Battlefield is perfect for, because obviously Battlefield is to me, it's the ultimate team game. Scores shouldn't really matter. I do finish top on this. I also joined in later today as well. I do finish top of this board. I think I go something like, because it's one of those rented servers. I do manage to go, I think, something like 57 and 21, something like that. You can have a look at the score at the end anyway. But yeah, with regards to Battlefield, it's one of those games where kill death. I can't believe spawn next to that guy. There's a Modern Warfare 3 spawn, and you'll notice in this video I have problems with that ladder. I just want to jump down, not jump down the ladder. Just want to literally just jump down. But yeah, Battlefield has never really been about the kill death ratio. It's always been about winning by any means necessary. I mean, I can go at least, just an example. If I go 12 and 20 in one match on, the classic game we have, which is Rush. If I go 12 and 20 on that match and yet I still win, that's all that matters. It's all about rushing the objective, swarming the other team, completely obliterating, annihilating them, and just being a nuisance, really. See that freaking ladder. I don't think the kill death is taken a bit too seriously in Call of Duty. It shouldn't really matter. It should always matter about the winning. I mean, if you kill me 15 times of a match, yeah, I still beat you. Does that, if those 15 kills kind of mean anything if you still lost? You know what I mean? But anyway, Battlefield 3. What are my thoughts there? It's a pretty solid first-person shooter. Wouldn't say it's the best. It does have its flaws. For those of you who played the old Battlefield games, proning was forbidden. You just couldn't do it. And I think after listening to the community, after God knows how long, they actually put in this game, and in a way, it's kind of, for me, ruined it a little bit. Because from what I remember from Battlefield, God, that ladder. From what I remember with Battlefield, even Bad Company 2, ones I predominantly played, it's still fast-paced. It's still, hectic. Rush to one scene and then it's, oh my god, all guns blazing, which is what an FPS should be. Which is why Call of Duty, in one respect, fails, because it's just, especially Modern Warfare 3, where there's just so much clutter on the map where everyone just hides behind. It's actually pointless running around. Just find a spot, go in the corner, and then reap the rewards. That's aiming that game. But yeah, it's always been the same with Battlefield 3. It's very, very, very tactical, and this one is no different. You can kind of see like the way the maps are designed with it. Defensive team have the stronghold, and then the offensive team has kind of a long run up, that makes sense, like a long charge in with several different routes for them to attack from. So it does make defending an objective pretty difficult, especially if the vehicles are involved of it. But I've lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah. So you got to think about defending, or which route they looks like you come down on, and if you play the game long enough, study the heat maps, if that makes sense. So you study which are the busiest corridors, busiest actions, areas of action. You can kind of figure out where the most actions like to be. You can hold up a point there. Not necessarily camp it, although a certain degree of camping is kind of necessary for battlefields, especially on Rush, where the objective of the game is to defend the objective. So a modicum of camping is kind of needed. As soon as the usually as soon as the offensive team like steamrolls through to the objective, it makes it really really hard to win it back, especially if you're in an organized team, because usually they'll play the game long enough, or learn the game long enough to study where people spawn in, where the easy choke points are, so there's like zero access to the target. But as an offensive team, you've also got to be aware that the defensive team could lurk anywhere, because like I said, there's several different there's usually several different paths in which to infiltrate the base, infiltrate to get to the objective. And usually the approach I like to take when when I run in a squad is I like to four-man squads, take two, run on left and right flanks, completely rush behind with suppressing weapons, so obviously don't appear up on the mini map. Usually that results in triumph. Usually if you're on a team that's kind of aware of the routes, does still triumph over it. Does make things a little bit interesting, but like I said, doesn't matter about the amount of kills and deaths, as long as you get to the objective and win. That's all that matters. It's a very I don't know how many times I said, it's a very team orientated game, Battlefield 3, or Battlefield in general actually. Yeah, going back to the proning, what I have found on Rush or Conquest, not so much on Conquest, mainly Rush, is people will just find the corner and bipod camp, which is what bipod camping is they've added the ability now to put bipods onto LMGs, which is actually a really really good idea. There's one thing the LMGs lacked in both battlefields, if you weren't the best at shooting, was that little bit of accuracy, and the bipod definitely definitely enhances its effectiveness. And I've gone on some pretty nasty streaks, not using the bipod. Is that Kandahar? No, the Kandahar. I think it's Kandahar Market, the marketplace one, defending that one corridor which usually gets bombarded by grenades, which is on right hand side if you're attacking. Set up camp there with the bipod, or even extended mags, because the clip sizes are massive. I don't know what DICE were thinking. I didn't have how many bullets in one clip. But yeah, that corridor, usually if you can set up camp there defending, it's extremely effective, especially if you got a medic nearby. You can just chuck down medic packs, and it's no problem if you get just caught by a grenade. You just heal up straight away. It's stuff like that which makes it it's a very very big thinking man's game, and it's nice that they've kept that nice and true in this edition of it. I do think, like I said, with the proning, it is abused. People usually do find corners and they just literally stay there, especially down long corridors. Especially on this map, there are a few long corridors down here in which a light machine gunner can actually abuse. Especially the one I'm about to go down now. Usually a guy in that corner by the dumpster, prone on his stomach. But that side, it's a pretty solid FPS. I definitely think it's surpassed Modern Warfare 3 by a lot. That's just my opinion. You can disagree with it. So that's what I'm not trying to open this up to a massive argument, massive debate on the thing. I'm just voicing my opinion. But yeah, I think it's overall it's really good. I'll definitely be looking forward to. I think it should be going back to Bad Company 3 for the next installment. I'll definitely be looking forward to that. It's the thing with Battlefield and the series since I've been playing since Bad Company is that there's always new innovative features with it. I mean the destructible environment. They upgraded that in Bad Company 2 with the addition of collapsing buildings, shooting concrete to create new cover for yourself, which I think was brilliant. It definitely added different features, just more stuff to be wary of. I mean, it's all nice, the Infinity Wards, Sledgehammer, Treyarch, whatever, coming up with different kill streaks on a game, but is it really changing the game that much? Me personally, I don't think it's that much of that much. It just shouldn't have that much of an effect on the game. It should be, you should compare, the different, so you compare this Battlefield 3 to Bad Company 2. It's pretty much running at the same game. They've upgraded the movement. The movement, sensitivity isn't as stiff as it has been in recent Battlefields. They've added obviously the big prone. That's one. They've added little new features and gizmos and gadgets and whatnot to the whole system. New the ability to rent servers and that. I mean it's really well thought. I think DICE really do have their heads stuck on with multiplayer as a whole. I will be looking forward to Medal of Honor Warfighter. That's DICE doing it again. I think if they are, I will be thoroughly looking towards that. I thought the first Medal of Honor was a bit underwhelming. I did enjoy it. Let's see if I can get some gameplay for that. Lobbies usually get into are a little bit laggy for my liking, but definitely pretty decent. Not something to shout about. It's not something to brag. But pretty decent. Not too bad. They tried to keep it fresh. I think they kind of rushed. They seemed like they rushed it a bit to try and get out before Call of Duty, before it hampered the sales too much. But I didn't think it was too bad. Not too bad. What else can I? Oh yeah, this pretty much was literally the first game I jumped into. I thought, I'll jump into this one and whatever the score, I'll just record. I do post quite a big score at the end. Let's have a look here now. Like I said, Battlefield should always be about the big scores. Nothing about the kill death. I can't even see on this screen. What's that? Something like 58, 59, 24, something like that. I just squint and I can't see without my glasses. But yeah, this is the first video of many of the diverse movements per se on the channel. Do apologise for it being too long if I've ranted a little bit too much. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please leave feedback if you are viewing it. Give a thumbs up if you liked it. It does help my channel to grow. And I shall see you guys on the next installment. Cheers.